Hey y'all, Hunter at rangehot.com. Hope you're doing well. This afternoon I'm finalizing my review on a brand new rifle released from Marlin just yesterday, Friday, day one of the 2019 NRA show in Indianapolis, Indiana. This model, 336DW Marlin Dark Series, is based on the Marlin 336. My particular test rifle here is chambered in 30-30 Winchester. It's also available in 45-70 Government. Marlin lever guns already have a pretty good reputation. So what sets this Dark Series apart from just your standard Marlin lever gun? Well, that's a great question that we're going to get to here in just a minute. First thing I want to go through though, you can see I have locked the bolt completely to the rear. Chamber's empty. The 5-round tubular magazine is empty. The gun is clear, so we know it's safe to talk about. Still pointed downrange in a safe direction. This particular rifle, 34.5 inches long, 16.25 inch barrel, finished in 5/8 by 24 factory threads. It also has this XS rail that mounts to the top, comes with a factory ghost ring in the rear. Front sight is tall enough to where you can either co-witness if you decide to mount an optic, or get you above the silencer so you can still run the gun and use your sights, and you've got a fat can screwed on the end of it. The hardwood furniture is also finished in black, and all the steel on the gun is Parkerized. And I think that's great. The gun is a very muted look, and it's kind of compact, small, what a lot of people refer to as a brush gun. It is of the large loop lever type. The large loop gives you a little bit more room, so if you've got large hands, you're able to get in there and work the lever, or if you're wearing gloves, I think it don't crowd your fingers as bad. Marlin on this Dark Series has wrapped the bottom of the lever in paracord, so you're not banging on your fingers if you're having to run the lever without gloves on. From the factory is a paracord sling, which I think is a good idea. If you've got a rifle, you need to have a sling on it. Now it is a lot of paracord, so I guess if something happened in the woods and you needed a lot of rope, you could sacrifice your sling. I don't know how much paracord that is, but I bet you it's a whole bunch. So anyway, it has a standard crossbolt type push button safety. Worked exactly like it was supposed to. Safety first. That's kind of the primary features that sets this rifle apart from the standard Marlin lever gun series. The rifle itself comes in at just over 7.5 pounds. Personally, my favorite change on this is the factory threaded barrels. That's going to allow you to mount any kind of muzzle device, muzzle brake, and or silencer. Throughout the review, we ran 3 different cans on the gun. Attached to it right now is the Liberty Suppressor Sovereign that QDs to a very effective muzzle brake. Also run the OSS suppressors. This is their HXQD 762 that QDs to another very effective muzzle brake. And then a brand new silencer from Liberty. This is called their Infinity X. And while it is listed as a pistol can, it is multi-caliber. Liberty was good enough to send me a fixed barrel adapter, so I also ran this silencer on the gun. With or without cans, with or without brakes, obviously did not affect reliability or accuracy. If it were me and I was going to run a can on this rifle, I would elect to run a can that QDs to a brake. I know a lot of people are saying, well, the 30-30 is not a hard-kicking cartridge, and that is true, but if you can mitigate any of that recoil and you don't have any kind of drawback, why wouldn't you anyway? So if you QD to a brake, you don't want to run the can, you take the can off, you've got a very effective muzzle brake there protecting your threads. Just a good idea in my opinion. Chad and I shot it. We've got some pretty nice groups out at 100 yards. It was averaging about 3 MOA with iron sights at 100 yards from a rest. And y'all, I'll be honest with you, that's about as good as Hunter Lee can do at 100 yards with iron sights. The rear ghost ring is large, and so that's going to allow you for quick acquisition of the target. If you're using this as a brush gun and something pops up on you like you've got those nice sights that you can certainly utilize. With the rail, we did mount a red dot on it, shot out to 100 yards. Didn't seem to make any kind of difference as far as accuracy goes. If you were to run an optic on the rifle, I'm sure you could probably tighten those groups up some. But in my mind, a little short, stubby brush gun, man, it's iron sights all day long, in my opinion. So that's how I elected to run the rifle. If you do decide you want to mount an optic on it, Marlin sends it with this little spur that affixes to the side of the hammer. So if you can't get your thumb in between the bottom of the scope to cock the hammer, you got this spur you can reach off to the side. It works fine, but it's a little ungangly, so took it off. It's just a set screw there, comes right off. I didn't like it, so it went in the range bag. As a lever gun, we got about 300 rounds downrange of different bullet weights and profiles. Didn't really have any reliability issues. So that is, but as a lever gun, you wouldn't expect to have any. What do I see this rifle serving as? Ideal hunting rifle like any kind of lever gun, but also I believe that it would serve very well as home defense, self-defense. And a lot of people are going to go, well, capacity is, greatly diminished. 6 rounds, hunter, self-defense. Well, there's a lot of folks right now that carry 357 Magnum 6-shot revolvers all day long, and they consider themselves well-heeled. While you don't have the capacity of, let's say, an AR and 300 Blackout, there are some advantages. Why did I mention an AR and 300 Blackout? Well, 300 Blackout ballistically is very similar to 30-30 Winchester. We're talking supersonic ammunition here. If you elect to suppress the report, you're going to run your AR and 300 Blackout, screw a can on it. With any baffle stack type silencer, you're going to get bolt overspeed in your semi-automatic rifle. Bolt overspeed can and will induce a malfunction. Pause, because everybody's going, but Hunter, everybody knows there's all kinds of different ways you can mitigate that bolt overspeed. Run a heavy buffer, run an adjustable gas system, dial that back, choke that gas off. That's true. But think about it like this. Let's say you're running your 300 Blackout AR with subs. You take that can off, you start running supers. Now you may incur some problems because you set that rifle up to be reliable with heavy, slow, subsonic ammo with back pressure. Now you're shooting fast supers without the back pressure. You could induce a malfunction. Now, granted, you get on your gas system and you adjust that gas key or whatever, but with a lever gun, it doesn't care. You're operating it with your hand mechanically, so you're not having to be concerned about a gas system or any of that sort of stuff. That can be very advantageous if you're switching back and forth between different bullet weights and that sort of stuff. While there are a lot of good points for an AR, which please don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not dogging on AR. I think they're great. I've got several in 300 Blackout. Fantastic rifle, fantastic cartridge. But it's food for thought on maybe why a lever gun with a silencer may be a little bit better of an option in certain instances. Does that make sense? As always, though, this is going to be a video overview. There's going to be an article on rangehot.com that's going to have all the technical specifications, all the ammunition we shot through it, what it grouped at 100 yards, and that sort of stuff. So if you watched the video and I went through something too quick, or you're wondering or got a question, just go to Rangehot, check out the written article. If I don't answer your question, reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, all the social media. Reach out to me. Let me know what you think, good, bad, right, or wrong. I forgot something. I screwed up something. I said something stupid. Nobody so far has had any problem pointing that out. You got it. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I look forward to seeing you at the range.